Boxing Nation.
You know, I tell you guys all the time, the most dangerous weapon in the world is a microphone and a camera. And that works for better or worse. Well, social media is a gift and a curse. And for me personally, one of the most rewarding things is when I get on this microphone, speak the whole truth, and the message reverberates, which is why I want to really thank you guys for getting on Twitter, going on Instagram, and spreading the message, which is what one of you guys did in particular when it comes to reaching out to Todd Grisham directly and using all of my talking points, which makes it very difficult for Todd Grisham or anyone to rebuttal. Now, before I get into what Todd Grisham said or how he tried to respond to these questions, I want to just briefly surmise everything for any of you guys that haven't really been following this story. So Todd Grisham is DAZN's blow-by-blow announcer. Him, along with Sergio Mora and Chris Mannix, they're all known for being very racially biased while calling fights. Well, after Todd Grisham actually hosted the press conference, you know, the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez card, Todd, he did an interview with Bill Haney, and Bill Haney called him a piece of shit for being biased towards his son.
Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect up there. You showed no respect for what he's done for boxing. He's a 2-division champion, an undisputed champion, and you're a piece of shit.
Well, that's not kind of you to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth.
Well, why are the fans booing him then?
Well, I mean, that's because a part of it. We are in LA. This is a great boxing market, right? But it's made up predominantly of Hispanic fans that cheer for Ryan Garcia, and that's quite all right.
Well, it's okay to be the bad guy.
But listen, and it's okay to be the bad guy, but it's not good for you to be the piece of shit that you are.
Well, explain what you mean by that.
Well,
what did I do specifically?
Well, you didn't describe him for who he was.
Michael Buffer introduced him.
No, but you on the stage, you painted Ryan Garcia as if he's won something. He's a PED drug cheat. You never said that that's really.
I did. I asked your son specifically if the punishment fit the crime. I asked your son that specifically, and he said he was at peace at it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the punishment is one thing, but how you describe what that fighter is and what he is, you didn't do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have the most respect for your son. I think he's amazing at it.
I don't think that you do. I think that you are political, right? You did just what you wanted to do, and you got it off.
Now, and I've already completely broken down this exchange between Bill Haney and Todd Grisham, but if you missed it, go ahead and check it out on my channel. Okay, so ever since Bill Haney exposed Todd Grisham, Todd has been getting a lot of backlash. But after the infamous interview that he did with Bill Haney, he was interviewed himself. He was interviewed on the internet by a fan. Now, remember, guys, in the interview that Todd Grisham did with Bill Haney, he called Devin Haney the bad guy. He's the villain, right? So I said in my video when I broke down that interview that Todd Grisham, he should have been asked, wait a minute, if you're calling Devin Haney the bad guy, what does that make Ryan Garcia? Because we all know what the opposite of bad is, right? So that was the question that this fan asked Todd Grisham. He said, you told Bill Haney it's okay for Devin to be the bad guy. So if Devin is the bad guy, what does that make Ryan Garcia then? And Todd responds, the even worse guy? With a question mark and a laughing emoji. Nah, you don't see him as the bad guy, because if you seen Ryan Garcia as the bad guy, you would have never even said that Devin Haney is the bad guy. Once again, you can't base Devin Haney being the quote-unquote bad guy because a bunch of racist Mexican fans are booing him. We know that these are the same Mexican fans that don't mind Ryan Garcia being a racist and a cheater.
Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, baby.
Is the King Ryan squad over here? Yeah? Okay. So what boxer on the card do you want to see get flattened the most? Oh, we got some Haney haters over here.
So anyway, moving on. Then the boxing fan, he responds to Todd Grisham by saying, really? So Devin is labeled the evil, the bad guy, and the villain. The total opposite of those code words describing Devin are hero, humanitarian, champion. My question to you is, are you implying or saying that Ryan Garcia is just that? A hero, a humanitarian, a good guy, a champion? How do you really describe Ryan Garcia in contrast to Devin Haney? Todd responds by saying, I love Devin Haney and think he is great. The crowd chooses to boo him, not me. I personally think anyone that tests positive for drugs should be suspended for a minimum of 3 years. So if I had my way, they wouldn't even be fighting, but that's boxing. I wish you well, brother. Now, first of all, when you respond by saying, I love Devin Haney, and that was never even the question that was asked to you, you come off as extremely disingenuous. You're already starting to defend yourself as if you're guilty, as if you were one of those fans booing Devin Haney. So when Todd Grisham says, I love Devin Haney, that sounds like Donald Trump saying, I love black people. I love Mexicans. And we know what type of love he's talking about. You know, I obviously get a lot of race fans in my own comment section because the majority of boxing fans are race fans. So whenever I respond to one of these race fans, right, and I end up asking them a very tough question that forces them to either tell the truth or further contradict themselves, a lot of them will pull out the black card, the third option, deflection. Oh, well, you know, Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter. Muhammad Ali is my favorite fighter. And it's always some black fighter who ain't fought in 40 or 60 years. With America having the most talent in the sport of boxing, they can't name one current black American fighter that they actually really like and go to bat for, like they do for like a Canelo Alvarez, a Golovkin, Lomachenko, or Manny Pacquiao. And it's really annoying when you have a non-black fan saying, oh, my favorite fighter is Muhammad Ali. But that makes no sense because everything Muhammad Ali stood for, race fans are completely against. They hate when black people shine a light on racism. That's what Muhammad Ali was known for. If you let them tell it, they hate when a boxer moves around the ring and boxes. Oh, but now you want us to believe your favorite fighter is a black man who would float like a butterfly and sting like a bee? It doesn't make sense. And the reason why it doesn't make sense is because it's not true. You discredit every black fighter today, and you try to justify it by telling people that your favorite fighter is Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. That would be like a fan saying, you know, my favorite fighter is Willie Pep. But then you discredit every single white fighter today. It's not consistent. It does not add up. And when it comes to Todd Grisham saying he loves Devin Haney, his actions have never come close to him implying that. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this conversation. There's more to this conversation. So it's not over. The fan, he asked Todd Grisham another question, and this is the question that really put Todd Grisham's back against the wall. He had to tap out after this question. And after I read the question, I'm going to explain it, but most of you guys are going to know why he was forced to tap out. So these were the questions. Does this mean next time you get on the microphone, you're going to tell the public that even though they booed Haney, Ryan Garcia is the real villain, and if it was up to me, he would be suspended for 3 years? But that's boxing. You see, Todd, he was just asked to put his money where his mouth is. Yeah, you're saying that right now in this conversation, but are you willing to say it on a microphone? The fan, he continues by saying, in your honest opinion, why do you think those fans would cheer for the person who has posted very racist things and has tested positive for PEDs while booing the actual victim? And that's when Todd stopped responding. As you guys could see, he read the message, but he didn't respond anymore. And the reason he didn't respond to that last question is because it's a rhetorical question. Those fans are racist. And if Todd Grisham has to admit that they're racist, he would have to admit that he himself is a racist as well, because deep down, he feels the exact same way that they feel. That's why he said to Bill Haney, then why are they booing him? Which, by the way, had nothing to do with what Bill was telling him in that interview. Bill was giving Todd Devin Haney's credentials, and he replies by saying, why are they booing him then? As if he's saying that everything Bill just said about Devin Haney's credentials wasn't true. Or he was telling Bill, it doesn't matter how successful your son has been in the sport. The only thing that matters is if we personally like him or not. Which is spoken like a true race fan. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.